Hey guys, welcome back to Triple Play Sports Picks. My name is Adrian. Go ahead and do me a favor, guys. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. Well, here at Triple Play for Monday's picks, we had a winning day, going 2-1, and the main one that we hit was an underdog. So let's get the recap for Monday, September the 27th. So the first pick we had was the Nationals at Rockies, and we had the Nationals money line and the +1.5 since they were underdogs, and they both cashed with the final score Nationals 5, Rockies 4. So if you had either the +1.5 runs or the Nationals money line, you guys cash. So that was a good one. And the second pick we had was the Mariners against the Oakland Athletics. And man, let me tell you, this Oakland team came out with 3 runs in the first. And ever since then, the Seattle Mariners came back and won it by the final score of Athletics 4, 13 Mariners. So these guys are wanting to make that extra push to go to the playoffs, to try to at least get to the second wild card spot, because honestly, that American League wild card spot right now is up for grabs, to be honest. So I'm looking at the Yankees being in the first spot, Boston Red Sox in the second spot, and then behind the Boston is Toronto Blue Jays with 1 game behind the Red Sox, and the Mariners at 1.5 games behind the Red Sox. So these games are very, very important for either team, and we'll see how this turns out to be at the end of the week. Yes, this is the end of the week of baseball, by the way. So those are the 2 picks that we had in baseball, and those 2 cash. So next one we had was Monday Night Football, and we had the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys. And on this one, we didn't cash. What happened was we put the teaser at 10.5 points for the Eagles and under 58.5 points. Either one of them didn't cash because final score was Eagles 21 and the Dallas Cowboys 41. So even with the 10.5 points that the Eagles have, they didn't cash. And yes, it did go over the 58.5 points. So with that being said, let's get to Tuesday's slate, September 28th. And I do have a few picks for you guys on a couple 3 games, but multiple picks in each game. So with the first pick I'm looking at is Boston Red Sox versus the Baltimore Orioles. And on the mound for the Red Sox is Chris Sale with the 5-0 record, 2.57 ERA. And for the Baltimore Orioles is Bruce Zimmerman, 4-4 with the 4.83 ERA. So on this one, I am looking at the Boston Red Sox money line sitting at -275. That's way too much. So what I'm going to do on this one, I am going to do the -1.5 runs. Better value. It is sitting at 165, but that's okay. It's pretty good price. And I also like the over 9 runs for this game, which is a less value, and it's sitting at -115. So I think either or should be good. Either the -1.5 runs for the Red Sox or the over 9 in the game. So that's the first pick. And on the second pick, we have the Chicago Cubs versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. On the mound for the Cubs is Alec Mills, 6-7 with the 4.50 ERA. And on the mound for the Pirates is Mitch Keller with the 5-11 record with the 5.96 ERA. And the points is at 8.5 runs. Both teams have nothing to do with the playoffs no more. So at this point, both teams are just trying to, just play their last days of the season. And there is a lot of young players that are trying to make a good impression for the rest of the season, roll it over to next season. And this is gonna go over. I felt like two bad pitchers. Yeah, this one is really gonna go over, and it's only sitting at 8.5. So with this one, I am picking the over 8.5 runs. Now the third and final pick, I do have multiple picks for this one, and it is in the game with the Milwaukee Brewers versus St. Louis Cardinals. On the mound for the Brewers is Brandon Woodruff, 9-10 with a 2.57 ERA. On the mound for the Cardinals is Adam Wainwright with a 16-7 ERA, 3.05. And with this one, I'm really looking at the St. Louis home field advantage in this game. And as a wild card standings, this is what I feel like the Cardinals are going to seal the deal, because the Reds and the Phillies with the magic number is sitting at 1, and with Wainwright on the mound, I feel like this Cardinals is going to close it out with the win here. So for that reason, I am going to choose the St. Louis Cardinals money line, especially with Adam Wainwright on the mound. He's been superb all year, so why not take a chance? And Woodruff does get touched up, with runs here and there. So I'm doing the St. Louis Cardinals money line, but I'm also doing other optional picks for you guys. And the runs here is at 7. And I feel like if we do the we look at the runs, which is 3.5 runs for the Cardinals, we're looking at so if it's over 3.5 runs, we're looking at even number. So basically what even means is, like, if you put $20 to do the over 3.5, you're betting 20, but you're winning 20 at the same time. Or you could do the over 4 runs, and it's sitting at plus 135, which is pretty good value. Or if you want to do the 4.5 runs, it's sitting at plus 170. And I feel like they're gonna come off swinging, and I do feel like they're gonna potentially have more than 5 runs. So, like I said, over 3.5 will be a safe bet. I do feel like that one's gonna cash. It's sitting at even number. And like I said, over 4 is at plus 135, or over 4.5 runs is plus 170. So with that being said, let's do the recap for Tuesday, September the 28th. And we had done the Boston Red Sox minus 1.5 runs, or you could do the over 9 runs. And we also had picked the Cubs versus Pirates over 8.5 runs. And we did pick the Cardinals money line. And I gave you guys a few options for the runs for the Cardinals, sitting at over 3.5 at even number, over 4 plus 135, or over 4.5 runs, sitting at plus 170. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let's hope we have another great day, and we'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday. Thanks, guys.